Greetings. Hi there. Thank you to Patricia and to Michelle. Thank you for inviting me to share with the powerful women on the rise. It's my pleasure and delight to just speak with you for just a moment today about the power of choice. Now, listen, choice is an amazing thing, and its origin is all the way back to the Garden of Eden, where God gave them a choice whether or not they were going to eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil or not. Choice began right there. It's been with us since the beginning. The power of choice, free will. It's an absolute gift of God to us. And it's something that's difficult to wrap our heads around because sometimes your free will bumps into me and I get hurt. Sometimes I suffer consequences that I didn't do anything wrong because somebody else acted up. I got to walk through some hard things. And sometimes my free will bumps into you and you get hurt or offended or have to walk through some things that had nothing to do with any action you've taken. So free will is kind of a hard thing. Choice is kind of a hard thing. And sometimes I walk through stuff because I just made really bad decisions or decisions I didn't know any better. It wasn't intentionally bad. I just maybe didn't have knowledge or wisdom or maturity. And sometimes I've got to slug through some consequences as a result of my choices. So whether we're in the situation we're in as a result of our choices or choices of others, and our choice for how we responded to the choices of others, no matter what, you can't take choice out of it. Where we are right now as a result of a collective body of choices that have gotten us here. And I always say, when you're in the middle of something, the best way out is through. Sometimes I call and I cry for deliverance. God, rescue me. And he says, well, I have something for you here in this valley of the shadow. I've got something I want to teach you. Your pain has a promise. Your pain has a purpose. And so I've learned that I can choose my way out of everything I've chosen my way into. We get to choose. I get to choose every day what I think. I get to choose what my thoughts are. Many of you, you've connected with me because of I name the day, and I don't post it every day anymore because that's wearisome. I post it often. I name the day. Every morning I get up and I name the day. I choose what the name of this day is. And because I've set that name in front of me, it sort of begins to attract things about that name. So whatever it is I've named the day, it has set my awareness because I've chosen to set my awareness on whatever I've named the day. And so I naturally begin to bump into those things as a course. I just finished interviewing a man who was down for 10 months with Lyme disease, literally so much brain fog, so much fatigue. He could not function, almost lost his business, had repercussions to his family. And he got to the point where he said, no, I choose vibrant health. He realized he was every day making the choice to be sick, that his whole identity got wrapped around that Lyme disease. And he began to choose vibrant health. And it literally, he started in 10-minute increments of a day. I'm going to choose for 10 minutes. I'm going to engage my brain and engage my body and begin to act healthy for 10 minutes until he built it up. It took him months to build up from that. And then, just doing things, he chose to put in the right supplements and he chose to have purified, clean, alkaline water. He made choices all along the way. He chose his way out of a circumstance he did not choose his way into. So we get to choose what we think. We get to choose our actions. We get to choose our responses. And listen, no matter what you're going through, I hear people often in my consulting, well, I didn't have any choice. I had no other choice. And that is a convenient and comfortable response. And I do have compassion. Sometimes we have gotten to a spot where we didn't have great choices, but we always have a choice. There is no such thing. Even not choosing is a choice. Death and life are in the power of our tongue, what we choose to say, what we choose to agree with. My mentor, Clarice Fluid, I hear her every day in my head. Who will agree with God? The kingdom of God is voice activated. And the things that I say become my reality. The things that I think become the things that I say. The things that I say become the things that I do. And the things that I do become my world, my atmosphere, all as a series of choices. So listen, I was created for purpose. I don't get trapped in this pursuit of success. I'm not here for success. I was here. I was put here with a purpose. God gave me a purpose. And my resiliency to hard things is built every time I give myself over to something that's bigger than me. I choose to connect to what God has for me. I choose to connect to what's going on in my family. I choose to connect to what's going on in my church and in my community and with the people I've aligned myself with. Every time I choose things bigger than me, my choices get easier. When I focus on myself, even listen, this is hard because I love helping people find their passion. I love it. But I am not passion driven. My passions do not drive me. My purpose drives me. My passions might give me some breadcrumbs, some clue to what my purpose is, but it's my purpose that drives me. My choices are driven by my purpose. Even what I take into my body, feeding my body with food as fuel, not as fog eating or storm eating or just pleasure eating, although it can be pleasurable. But even what I put into my body, the pure water that I drink, getting up and walking around when I've got a 12-hour day at my desk, movement, these things are choices because I have a purpose. I have something I've been put here on this earth to do. And my choices are either going to limit that identity or release that identity. And so I'm choosing every day to become more and more who it is that God called me to be. You know, many are the plans in a man's heart, but the Lord's purpose will prevail. I am here to do good works that the Father placed beforehand. I get to choose that. So today, I just want to encourage you. Listen, consumer Christianity does not work. It simply does not work. What works is I choose to seek God's kingdom first. Whenever I seek first the kingdom, the other stuff takes care of itself. I get to choose. So God, I choose you. Every day, I choose joy. I choose contentment. I choose peace. I choose love. I choose to value people who have different values than me. I choose to bring value to people and add value to people who do not value me, who do not share my values. I choose. It's powerful. If you will just begin to say, I have choice, I get to choose, and then decide, I choose, and fill that in. Write that down. I have a journal right here, still on my desk. I spend time every day writing down affirmations, what I've chosen today, who I am. I choose to be healthy. I choose to be vibrant. I choose to be strong. I choose to be resilient. Hello to my puppy in the background. I just want to encourage you, ladies, wherever you're at, you have the power of choice. Whatever situation you find yourself in, you can choose your way out of. So I just want to encourage you today, grab a hold of that. It's a gift of God. Free will is a gift from the Father. He's given it to us, and he expects us to use it in a way that answers his call to step into our purpose and be everything that he's granted us to be. You have a wonderful day. God bless.